I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
The podcast put together with Red Raider fans in mind. This is the Tech Talk Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Welcome in, Double T 97.3. This is Tech Talk. I am Rob Breaux alongside Dr. Mike Gustafson. In for Clint Scott, Ben Poorman behind the glass today. I was perusing some of the NFL preseason action from last weekend, looking forward to this weekend. And I finally saw Erik Ezukanma in action. I just read about it, right? Finally saw the touchdown he caught and looked at a few of his pictures. Do you know what number he's wearing?
No.
I'll give you
88.
Nope.
Am I on the opposite end of the scale? Should I be down in the
middle?
40-something?
Yeah.
Really?
It's a wide receiver.
Does he have, well, that's what I was going to say. Is he, does he
47 like Michael
40,
Irvin during his
40,
college days?
No, 49.
But is he wing-backish or H-backish?
He's a split end like Don Williams says, yeah.
Wow.
Now, I would assume this is
Is he some kind of funky hybrid or?
Well, I would assume this is a late ad for the Eagles. I think it's probably just a camp number if he makes the roster.
Maybe
he'd probably get a different number, or maybe he just sticks with it because receivers can wear whatever number they want, basically.
Good old number 74.
Outside the 50s, 60s, 70s, I think they can be whatever they want.
Oh wow, there goes my shot right there.
Well, now, do the offensive line, are they the only ones that have to wear a certain set of numbers? Because the NFL took a lot of that away. Quarterbacks can wear whatever they want. Linebackers, defensive linemen can wear whatever they want. Because that's something that Tom Brady in one of his last years was so mad about, because he's like, it's hard to tell who the middle linebacker is anymore. It's like, all right, Tom, you probably got it.
Back in my day, see.
Back in my day, it was one of four guys. But 49, that just struck me as odd.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's why I was curious, but you're probably right. This is the make the roster and we can mess around with that number. I would assume
I kind of like the 49.
No, I do too. It's cool.
I like those numbers that nobody else wears, because a lot of the kids would say that 49 for a receiver doesn't have any aura.
Snappers. Doesn't
have any aura. But I don't know if you make it your own.
I wonder if he's well, I would assume this. I would assume anybody that is where he is, having been around the league and practice squads and sort of on the fringe, right? I mean, he's played in a few games. His name is in the football encyclopedia forever.
Around the Dolphins for the first several years after getting drafted in the fourth round. This last spring, he was in Washington with the Defenders.
Probably
in the UFL.
Long shot-ish at making a roster and doing that sort of thing. So I would assume special teams are an important part of his deal, whatever that looks like. Return team, kick covers, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's the returner. I'm sure he has that in his skill set, but I'm talking about him being just the ability to be someone that the special teams coach stands up in the meeting and go, hey, I need number 49.
Yeah.
He's not your number 5 receiver, but I need him here, here, and here.
Can you name any great number 49s?
Oh.
I've got 4 for you. 1 NFL player, 2 baseball players, and an NBA guy.
Really?
Yeah.
1 NFL. We got Ed Marinaro. Wasn't Ed Marinaro 49? 49 baseball. I got a couple pitchers. Lee Smith, he's 47.
You got a Hall of Fame knuckleballer.
Oh, is that Nuxie? Phil Necro?
No. Well, maybe. This is just this one particular. Hoyt Wilhelm.
Okay, all right. And
Ron
Hoyt Wilhelm
Guidry
was
for the Yankees.
Hoyt Wilhelm was a big time.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah, Guidry, that's a good one. Louisiana Lightning.
The NFL one is Bobby Mitchell.
Bobby Mitchell. All right, let me just.
NFL running back for the Browns and the Redskins.
You know who Bobby Mitchell was? You know what his distinction is? He was the first African-American player on the final team to desegregate. The Washington Redskins had been notoriously slow to desegregate or integrate or however we want to say that.
He played at Illinois in the 50s.
There we go. And Bobby Mitchell was the first.
That's cool.
For old George Preston Marshall? Is that right? Yeah. How about that?
There you go. There's at least one Hall of Fame NFL player that had number 49.
I like it. I was thinking Ed Marinaro. You mind if I look up Ed Marinaro? I know it's a household name.
I would love for you to look up Marinaro.
No, we're not talking about dinner.
No, we'll do other things while he's looking that up.
Ed Marinaro number. Why does it want to autocorrect to Mariners? All right.
You can do that while we're looking at other stuff. More.
Ed Marinaro wore jersey 49.
There you go. See, that's a steel trap over there.
For the Minnesota Vikings, where he played in 2 Super Bowls in the early 70s. Thank you very much.
There you go.
Okay, go ahead.
I was just going to say he'll be in action this weekend. Erik Ezukanma trying to win a job on Saturday, Eagles Patriots. You have Ezukanma versus Barron. And again, it's a weekend full of Red Raiders trying to make rosters or trying to gain a leg up in position battles. You'll have Caleb Rogers and Josh Kelly in action. Raiders versus Texans tomorrow night. Romello Height with another game of action. He's started for the 49ers in their first preseason game.
And that's got to
also
be good.
Thursday night. That's
got to be good when you're even a preseason game. That probably amps up the level of interest.
Yeah. Yes.
Right. That's probably a whole lot better than going, he played the whole third quarter in that preseason game. Like, yeah, man, there were 2 guys on the field that were trying to get the last 2 roster spots in the third quarter.
Yeah. If you're playing a bunch in the second half in the first preseason game, you're really trying to make a roster.
How about
the kid in the first half?
How about the kid from the Cowboys that tried to scoop that punt up with about 5 minutes left in the game? like, hey,
he's trying to do something special.
Mr. Try too hard here. Yeah, and then it didn't go well. Like, did the Turk get him by, like, during the high fives after the game? Like, hey, good game. Yeah. Hey, Jimmy, you bring your playbook. I ain't even got off the field yet. That's fine. Shower up, get your playbook.
In 1993, that guy would have been cut mid-game. Jimmy Johnson would have cut that guy.
Shower up and get in here. The Turk is hunting you down.
I'm looking here. There's like 2 games this weekend that don't have Red Raiders, so that's pretty awesome.
That's what's awesome about it now.
Yeah.
The podcast that finishes your workday in a very Red Raider way. This is the Tech Talk Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Double T 97.3, it is Tech Talk. Texas Rangers coming up at 6:30 pregame. They'll play the Rangers and the Nationals. The Rangers beating them yesterday 5-0. Rocker Cavalli today. Former Oklahoma Sooner Cavalli, I believe. Cade Cavalli. Former Vandy boy, Kamar Rocker. Rocker, man, he needs to lock in. I know it's not as easy as just saying lock in, but good grief. That guy's been frustrating.
Yeah.
Hey, the Lady Raiders non-conference was dropped today. It's completed. 12-game set, 1 exhibition against San Angelo. My question for you, Dr. Mike Gustafson. Will the Lady Raiders once again run the table in the non-con? They went 13-0 last year on their way to 19-0.
Yeah, and last year that involved wins over
Mississippi State. Do they play again?
There
right? This time, yeah. And there was another...
Yeah, there was 3 Power Fours.
Was it SMU was in there, and another SEC team was in there.
And we're talking about in the non-conference.
I know.
Was South Carolina?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Here's this year. Just give me a win or a loss after it, all right? Charlotte. That's probably a win there.
Yeah.
Lamar.
Hope it's a win.
Probably another win. Auburn. Now, Auburn is in Lubbock.
Ooh.
Auburn.
Nice.
I believe is under second-year head coach. In his first year last year, They were not very good, but they won the SEC tournament game. They kind of got it going at the end. But I would assume here that this at home is a win for the Lady Raiders. Now, can you name the returning starters and players from last year's roster?
No. It's one.
It's just one name.
It's what's her name from up here at Iowa Park? Or
Jalen Bristow.
Is that right? No, not a Holiday, right?
So Jalen Bristow is the only returner.
Is that right? Isn't that where she's from?
And she went to Iowa State for a year in Kemerer.
Yeah, no, I know. I was thinking she's like a native of up there by Wichita State. Yeah. And then the Monterey girl and several portal additions, several other freshmen.
Several freshmen coming in.
And I would imagine this week is
Ambrosia Coles, who you're talking about from Monterey.
And I would imagine this week is this fluttering with activity regarding fifth-year players.
Maybe, yeah. I think they have
why not?
I think they have 12 or 13 on the roster, so I think you can get up to 15 if you want to add. I think they had an injury early on into one of these girls coming in, so I think you could offer. But this is an early season where you might see some chemistry being built. Last year you had some new pieces, but it was a lot of returners.
9 seniors.
Yeah, it
was an old team that needed to play well.
Southeastern Louisiana.
When?
Okay. Now here's the tough stretch.
Okay.
This is all on the road. First in Orlando, then in the Virgin Islands. You're going to the WBCA Showcase, and then the Paradise Jam. North Carolina, Purdue, South Florida, Christy Curry.
Yeah.
Air Force, and then either Xavier or Santa Clara. So that's 3 games you certainly have against North Carolina, Purdue, and South Florida in a 4-day set. And then you have, over Thanksgiving, a game against Air Force on Thanksgiving, and then Saturday in a tournament setting against the winner/loser of Xavier Santa Clara.
I'm going to say, being as young as we are and as new as we are, though, this is a tougher sledding this year than it was last year.
Yeah. I think it'd be good to be 3-2 or 4-1 in this stretch. I think it'd be great to go 5-0.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
But you look at a team like North Carolina, like Purdue, a couple of Power 4 opponents, and then the G5s like South Florida against Christy Curry, and Air Force, and then either Xavier or Santa Clara. I think winning 3 of those would be really good. I think winning 3 would be good. 4 would be really good. All 5 would be awesome. And then you have Texas Southern. A couple of weeks off for finals. Then Mississippi State in Starkville. And then the University of North Florida. Now, I think last year there was an expectation to run the table, and then you did. And then you won 6 Big 12 games in a row to start.
Was it Arkansas? Was that the other one last year?
Oh, maybe it was Arkansas. Yeah.
Just hit me.
Maybe it was Arkansas.
Yeah, because it was kind of SWC-ish with the Arkansas and
SMU,
even though we were, yes, that was true, but we were looking at it from the Power 4 standpoint and hoping they went off and did good things.
I think this go around, getting to 9-10 wins would be a really good non-con. I think this is a tougher non-con in a lot of ways than it was last year.
I do too.
And there's just so much new. It's hard to look at a roster and say, yeah, this is the role she'll play, this is the role she'll play, this is the role she'll play. You're also looking at a non-con for the men, and 2 weeks ago when that thing was, mostly completed and we saw a bunch of games on there, you're like, oh man, Illinois at home with this roster, who's going to play? Mm-hmm. And then after the last week with Stillwell and Darian Williams and Donovan Atwell, you're like, okay, yeah, bring it on, Illinois at home. The Balkan Republic coming into town.
You standing there. That place needs to be juiced for that game.
Oh, surely.
Because what did you say it is? It's early November.
It's like the 3rd game of the year.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's early November, so it's not up against Thanksgiving break or the kids are gone for Christmas or whatever.
It'll be a midweek in November. I think it's the second Tuesday of November.
So it's not up against everybody's going home for the weekend because Tech football's or this or that football, or whatever.
Yeah.
This is all in on that game, man. Like, that game needs to be marketed. I don't know, marketed. I don't mean that like formally from the institutional level, but like all the people who are going to 3 games a year, that needs to be one of the 3. That needs to. I mean, we need to play well and beat them and all that stuff. Great net ranking juice and all that kind of stuff. But you also want Illinois going back to the Big Ten, going, man, that's great environment.
That's on par with what was going on. What should be going on in Big 12 play.
Yes,
Illinois,
absolutely.
Heck, this team made the Final Four last year.
Absolutely, we can't. I'm saying we. But just the collective we here, the royal we, Red Raider Nation can't be sort of, I'll be with basketball when we get to January, that kind of, like, we got to have this game. We got to be juiced for this game.
It's every Red Raiders' favorite podcast. This is the Tech Talk Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Double T 97.3, it's Tech Talk. Just got to wait till the fans off here. Dr. Mike Gustafson, myself, Rob Robin Portman behind the glass. Plenty of stuff to go over today. Of course, the Texas Rangers at 6:30. Baseball's fun. We talked a little basketball early on in the show. It's football season. We all know it. I know Dr. Mike Gustafson's going to be watching plenty of baseball in the next couple of weeks and months still, but
keep an eye on all of it.
We'll be watching plenty of football starting tomorrow, and there's plenty of Red Raiders in action over the weekend in week 2 of preseason action. Let's go through some of the games featuring Red Raiders. Of course, we already talked about Thursday, where you have a couple of matchups with Red Raiders. I'm going to try not to miss anybody here, Gus.
Okay.
I'm going to try not to miss anybody here. Caleb Rogers, offensive lineman for the Raiders versus Houston Texans wide receiver Josh Kelly.
Third year Rogers? Second.
Year 2.
Yeah, okay.
He
but
was
drafted last year.
Yeah.
He's fighting for a job. He is fighting for a job. They probably all are, but he's fighting for a role. Maybe a starting spot. Yeah, a role.
And then you have Romello Height and the 49ers playing the Chargers also on Thursday night. Friday, you have David Bailey and Austin McNamara facing the Steelers. That's the Jets-Steelers. Lee Hunter and the Panthers against Jaguars also Thursday night. That one's on ESPN Unlimited. The rest of these probably on NFL Network.
Okay, go ahead.
Also Friday night, the Broncos. Now, you might be saying the Broncos. Who's on the Broncos? Well, Davis Webb is the offensive coordinator. Debuted as the offensive coordinator last week. Davis Webb now calling the plays in week 2 against the Packers.
And this is the step up for him from QB coach, right?
Yeah, so Sean Payton was the offensive coordinator last year, but he was the head coach. They fired the offensive coordinator, promoted Davis Webb, and gave him play calling duties. So it's a big nod into his future in the NFL and what they think of him in Denver, because he had opportunities to go several different places, and they were like, no. Do this.
His name floated for some head coaching jobs. Now, when I say floated, that means like writer, media speculation, and that type of stuff. But usually there's
speculation he's going to be the Raiders?
Ravens,
and then Raiders?
Yeah, and then you get, and you go, well, how much of that was true, this or that, who knows? But usually where there's some smoke, there might be some fire in terms of the thought of him, hey, he's on there, he's on the list, I saw the list, blah, blah. So I would imagine that it's safe to say that his career is ascendant. What if the earth would shift in a way that he was the head coach and Baker Mayfield was the quarterback on his team? Because that's what hurt Baker's feelings so bad, right? Was the Davis Webb choice when he was here?
Yeah, if the Bucs don't give him enough of a scholarship / contract, maybe he does move on.
Right.
Of course, it's probably not going to be in Denver with Bo Nix, but if Davis Webb gets a head coaching job somewhere next year, he might. need a quarterback, and then.
Yep. I didn't mean to derail your list. Keep going. I just thought that's.
We'll go chronologically.
You mentioned no Steelers. That's where CJIU is now.
Oh, yeah, I should add CJIU because I was about to talk about some more coaches.
That's all right. Keep going.
With the Commanders, you have Wes Welker, tight ends coach, Anthony Lynn, running backs coach, DB Tyler Owens.
Nice.
With the Lions, Skylar Gill-Howard. That's at 11 a.m. on Saturday. Bills, Browns, nobody. Falcons, Colts, nobody. Ravens, Vikings, Broderick Washington.
Oh, yeah.
Tackle.
It feels like he's been in the league forever. What, 7-8 years?
It does, yeah. And he's on his second or third contract, maybe even now.
Yeah. And he's not a star, but he's the. I mean, I'm saying this. I would hope that that's the career that Skylar Gill-Howard or Lee Hunter could have. Just hang around and play for 10 years. If you're a rotational
piece and you're getting second contracts,
yes.
I mean, they want you.
Yes.
They want you around.
And that means you're steady and consistent and all. And it may also mean that you're not so high priced that when they're like, man, we gotta shed some contract.
Yeah.
And so he's been a part of some really good Ravens defenses. That's cool. I say this in all seriousness. I hope he's taking care of his money in a way that like he can have a good life with this.
Absolutely.
Because he's not going to get to do this forever, but here you're 7-8 years in, there ought to be.
Hopefully, he gets all those, time played,
pension
and he gets all
things
the pension
and
stuff,
all that kind of stuff, and good care the rest of his life, et cetera, et cetera.
Saints, Rams.
Yeah, we got a few of them. We got a few Saints.
You got
We've talked about this.
Double.
We got a front office guy with Red Raider and Coronado Mustang connections and Ziad Kupti. We got to talk about that every year.
We also have Miles Cole and Tyree Wilson with the Saints.
I'd prefer talking about the obscure front office personnel in the scouting department rather than actual players, especially over Shuck. But
yeah, I was about to say, I was thinking you were going to talk about Shuck.
Speaking of Ziad, I ran into him for Texas Tech Pro Day back in March.
Very cool.
He was here doing his scouting duties.
Yes.
The Rams.
Shout out Z.
The Rams have Zach McPherson. Let me get through these.
Yeah, go ahead.
The Dolphins and Giants on Saturday.
McPherson's another one that's hung around a while.
He has, yeah.
Go ahead.
The Dolphins have Jacob Rodriguez, Jordan Brooks.
Really? Both of those guys?
And Caleb Douglas.
We haven't heard about that at all.
Caleb Douglas, starting wide receiver.
Yes.
And I think he played one series.
Making play. Yeah, like he made plays 2 weeks ago, and then last week it was, hey, don't get hurt.
All right, 3 more.
That's awesome.
Bengals, Bears, you got Braylon Lux and Taj Brooks with the Bengals. Eagles, Patriots, that's Baron Morton at quarterback, and he'll probably play quite a bit, versus Erik Ezukanma and Cole Wisniewski with the Eagles.
Nice.
Chiefs, Bucks, Patrick Mahomes, but he's not going to play. And then you have Cowboys, Cardinals. The Cardinals, Dadrian Taylor-Demerson, Rabbit, and Reggie Virgil. And I think Reggie Virgil is going to crack that roster fairly easily. He's been very good for 2 games. If he doesn't, he'll be somewhere like playing. Maybe even in Houston.
That's good because he had, 5 catches in the Hall of Fame game?
Yes.
Something? Yeah,
and then he had 3 or 4 in the next game as well.
Excellent.
Maybe it was 2 for 42 or something. It was crazy.
The podcast put together with Red Raider fans in mind. This is the Tech Talk Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Welcome back, Double T 97.3. This is Tech Talk. We're in the First United Bank studio. You can chime in on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. This texter says, I wish Nate Dogg was still with us, but unfortunately he passed a few years back. Pour some liquor out for Nate Dogg. Mr. B also says he should have been a Red Raider, but Spearman's own Brennan Thompson is playing with the Chargers. Brennan Thompson played for Oklahoma, Texas, and Mississippi State, I believe.
Yes. Say the first one. The first part of that text.
Should have been a Red Raider.
Oh, okay. Got it.
But Matt Wells was
yes. Is
not recruiting.
Is our tight end from Groover still hanging around? I don't think he is.
Jalen Conyers is
in camp with anybody this year.
Yeah. He was with he get drafted by the Dolphins or signed with the Dolphins and then was hurt last year.
He was in camp. but
I've not seen him anywhere.
I haven't either.
Mm-mm.
Well, he did a good job here. He had some charisma, and he seemed like a good teammate. And
Lined him up in Wildcat packages.
yes, and he was good at that. Like, he was an interesting athlete, but
We've got a great question off the challenge. I'm going to save it. First, we'll do a play of the day.
The pressure's on now. There's a runner in scoring position.
Yeah. And this guy's got a quick stroke.
He's going to strike him out.
Got him his first major league strikeout, and Wade Boggs has pitched a scoreless 8th inning to bring a smile to the face. And he tips his cap. One of the few enjoyable moments for Yankee fans, and another thing he can add to his illustrious career resume.
So speaking of pitching, we were talking about this to open up the show, but on this day in 1997, Yankees third baseman originally, Wade Boggs, pitches a scoreless inning against the Angels, and that last strikeout that you heard, he just lofts it over the tops like in a subtle fashion, and he still gets the guy swinging.
yeah, it was a ethos. Yeah, it was a blowout game, and we had a blowout game last night. We had a 22-0 game last night.
Brewers over the Mariners, yeah.
Yes, and that was the highest scoring shutout in Major League Baseball since 1888.
How many?
That's crazy.
How many
man.
baseball games do you think you played in your life?
Oh, played.
I mean, you're thinking
200.
Yeah, all the way. Probably. You're thinking 20, 30 a year for 10 plus.
Yeah.
So you might have gotten 300 games in, something like that.
100, yeah. Like.
Now,
Or
did you ever?
Go back. You were going with that. Was
Did
it
you
like
ever?
in my
Yeah, just
life?
period baseball.
Yeah.
Did you ever forget how many outs were in the inning?
Yeah.
Toss the ball into the stands.
Oh man, I
into the dugout.
totally. And that happened in that game.
Yes, Julio Rodriguez, the star center fielder, catches in the middle of the field.
If there was,
It's not like he catches it a foul ball in foul territory and tosses it to a kid. He's in center field.
catches it and turns around, pew,
Just chunks in.
but it's in the middle of blowout city.
Just
And I mean, it's
I
inexcusable.
think it might have even been like 20-0. At that point.
That's what I mean. It's inexcusable, but I have 100% been on the field at points where you're just like, oh, please.
Yeah.
Let's
might
get
actually
this thing
trot
going.
off a couple steps, but you never threw the
Right.
ball that you.
No.
Of course, you're probably playing shortstop and center field.
Yeah, there was
the premium positions.
infield stuff, but there was probably points along the way, and I usually am not. I don't hesitate to tell the stories that embarrass me, but I don't think that happened in high school or college. Now, there could have been a moment where I'm thinking, hey, one out, and there's two, and and so I'm playing that thing at second base, like, here's the feed for the double play ball, and the guy, looking over at me like, what are you doing? I just wanted to get all four outs, fellas, so don't mind me. But I don't think I missed any to the wrong side,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right. Or more importantly, never had a ball hit to me when
Right.
I
Yeah, you
didn't know how
pop
many
up,
outs there were. But I remember living at second base, looking over my shoulder and talking to that umpire all the time, man.
We ever described as having a
count,
quick
2-1
stroke
count.
like the batter there?
Yeah, probably not.
No.
I saw a tribute to it was the Hold the Rope SEC story about Skip Bertman, who sadly passed away on Thursday, and I really haven't gotten up the nerve to write up what I want to write up to say thank you to that man. But he architect of LSU baseball and all that stuff. But there's clips in there where his former players imitate him, and it's hilarious, like funny stuff. But somewhere in there, he's like, "Man, you got to make it." The one of the players, you got to speed your barrel up. You can't be. And he does this big old long slow barrel through the zone and makes the raspberry sound like that. And I was thinking, man, that's so good. That is so good. And so when you talk about a quick barrel, I think like this fan back here that moves slowly.
Yeah.
Like my swing.
That's your swing.
Yeah.
You were oscillating. You didn't have you didn't have a quick stroke. Your swing was oscillating.
Just creating a breeze.
Wade Boggs, who was featured in that play today, was the second fewest games to get to 3,000 hits. We talked about Ty Cobb earlier with the youngest to get there.
We'd mentioned his name earlier.
Games was Roberto Clemente. Then Wade Boggs, Tony Gwynn, Rod Carew. And then Suzuki, you mentioned, was the 7th shortest. So he was in front of Ty Cobb. Derek Jeter, one of the other youngest, maybe second or third youngest, was right behind Cobb in the ABs.
No kidding.
But he did it in 30-something less at-bats than his teammate, Alex Rodriguez.
Very cool.
The more you know.
Ty Cobb was famously in the big leagues young. Of course, it was probably a little different back then. But and I had a buddy send me a text this week, and it was it was actually an old Tech football player buddy, but it was a clip of David Justice talking about the players from the 90s would beat the players of today. And it was fine. It was a compelling, he's making the case about this and that and this and that. And I was like, and I wrote my guy back, and I was like, one thing about it, just having read baseball history and sports history all my life, is every generation thinks theirs was better. My example was Ty Cobb used to rag on Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
Like back when I played, you had to be a smart base runner. Now they're just whacking home runs and, and lumbering and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, man, this thing's been around forever. And it's true in every sport too, right?
Yeah.
I'm watching a clip, two commercial breaks ago, I'm watching a clip of Phil Jackson talking about Wilt Chamberlain versus Shaquille O'Neal. Played against one, coached the other. Like, it's an age-old thing, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that's
trying
just fun sports.
Yeah, all this stuff.
It's just fun sports stuff. Think about, could Gabe Rivera play today? Yes, he could, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. I think he'd fit right in nicely with what we got going these last couple of years.
Might be playing a 3-tech instead of a 1-tech, but
mercy.
He'd figure it out.
Golly. Yes. There'd probably be somewhere for E.J. Holub to stand. I know the game he played was entirely different, but just, Zach Thomas, all those dudes, there'd be a spot for him to stand somewhere.
And they could probably get an injunction and
play in
the NFL and come back.
Golly.
Which is what Jack Pyburn is doing. The LSU edge played in 2 preseason games. He's now in the transfer portal to get back in college.
Oh, the other lawsuit that we have ongoing in the world of
16 football players.
Golly, the world of college sports right now. The newest injunction is for one of the players who is benefiting from the 5-for-5 thing, but didn't get in the portal in April because I think is a girls basketball, women's basketball player, and so now she's restricted to her team. She's like, wait, I want more options. And so now it's an antitrust lawsuit, and it has legs. And if that happens, we may lose portal periods altogether. You ready for that?
The podcast that finishes your workday in a very Red Raider way. This is the Tech Talk Podcast from Double T 97.3. Presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Welcome back, Double T 97.3. Have you noticed what's on the scoreboard for the Green Monster? Today we're watching this Red Sox Arizona Diamondbacks game.
I'm sure I've seen it, but I can't answer the question. I don't know.
It's a branded logo.
Gambling.
Green Monster.
Gambling.
No, it's Monster Energy.
I saw.
This is Boston Red Sox, Monster Energy Boston Red Sox for the Monster Energy Green Monster.
I saw some Twitter chatter. Somebody got a little tee-hee giggle out of the Field of Dreams game this past Thursday.
Yeah.
Of course, the idea of the story there was that the old players, and chief among them, Shoeless Joe,
right,
who in the movie was
Ray Liotta.
And
coming out of right field.
Yeah, the and he was the guy who kicked out of baseball for gambling, and then at that game last week was a couple of
DraftKings, right where he comes out of the corn, it's DraftKings.
Oh, the irony
or something, yeah.
Like, man, that stuff is everywhere. Mercy.
Hey, there's a job opening at the Big 12.
Is this legit? I mean, I know the ad is legit. Is the leap that I think you, in fact, good work, But is the leap that you took legit? Like, was there someone that someone is no longer with us?
I just know that the director of partnerships is open at the Big 12, and everyone hated the Monster deal.
Oh my gosh!
It does seem like it's a moderate leap.
So 2 + 2 does in fact equal.
That's what my math was
That's what your
checking out
math
as.
is,
Yeah.
right?
The Big 12 Conference is seeking qualified applicants to join its team as the director of partnerships.
What if there was no one in this position, and that's the problem?
Maybe. You've got to understand how to translate brand objectives into compelling partnerships opportunities, and have to demonstrate ability to build relationships and generate significant revenue. You have to thrive in a fast-paced environment.
I know we're irked about it here in our market, and it's a good problem to have, right? That we're feeling like somebody settled and could have done better and whatnot. There's probably some, I don't know, am I picking on Iowa State or somebody like that?
Iowa State absolutely needed it.
Yeah, sure. That part of the membership of this league's going, hey, thanks.
Kansas State added a second sponsor patch this week.
Okay.
Today, I think, maybe. It's like an auction house.
Interesting. I wonder if it's like ag auction house.
Probably.
Yeah.
There in Kansas. Yeah.
Agriculture. I'm sort of fascinated by the idea that of the pro. We obviously have things going well for us, and so we're bothered by this. Other programs around the league that might be bothered by this. I imagine Arizona and a Kansas, and maybe even Kansas should be at the top of the list because they're probably that's Kansas is like the Fenway Park over there. It's got a lot of history, a lot of tradition. Mm-hmm. Not big on slapping logos up on stuff. And
that one though, it's called the Green Monster. Monster has a green logo. It makes sense.
Well, hopefully
that one seems to have some brand synergy.
Hopefully they made enough money to buy a utility infielder with that.
Forcing a bright green logo onto red and blue jerseys just doesn't track to me. Now, the Progressive field sponsor was announced with 13 schools.
Okay.
Texas Tech involved there. They're going to have a Progressive logo on their field. So you're going to have Progressive, Cody Campbell Field, Galaxy Stadium on the field by the Double T. So there's going to be a lot going on.
Is that really how the verbiage will go? Progressive Cody Campbell Field, or
it's at the I saw.
Do we know how it's being?
I saw it. So
I know, and you and I did.
It's around the 20. It says Progressive.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, like,
down the hash it says Cody Campbell Field.
How will it be referred to, like in media notes that Texas Tech puts out? Because most of us are going to call it Jones Stadium for a while.
Galaxy.
Sort of thing.
It's going to be, I guess. Yeah, I don't know if Progressive gets a naming right in there for it's Cody Campbell Field at Galaxy Stadium.
Right. That's the name. And but I didn't know. Maybe the Progressive thing is just a logo on the field and not.
I think it is just a logo.
Field. Yeah.
I think it is just because it was in partnership with Learfield. Learfield brokered this deal between 13 of their member institutions.
Oh, okay.
So it's 13 schools.
So if you're with IMG, you're not getting the.
So it's all the, I guess, probably not all the Learfield schools, but it's 13 Learfield schools that now have Progressive on the field.
Fascinating.
And I think that's just a visual cue. I don't think it's a naming right or anything.
Yeah, we're still Cody Campbell Field. I'm excited. Our Gio was on I heard Gio on that for Nashville this past Saturday. Talked about flyovers. I thought he said they're trying to get one lined up for every game. And we're talking T-38s, I think, for ACU. I think he mentioned the B-1 bomber. I don't know if he put a game on that. Of course, sometimes if there's weather and stuff, you don't want anybody flying into the double T scoreboard and all that. And so we need a low, what do they call that, a low ceiling or a high low floor or whatever that is. But
the high.
We don't need any overcast. We want that stuff to happen, to go off without a hitch. I'm excited for that. Excited for a lot of reasons, but those are just to put a little tick mark by that.
Yeah.
Be interested in.
You also have your closet planned out for the rest of the games.
I'm interested for some pregame concert announcements.
Are you locked into the what to wear?
Yes, we got that. We got the reds and the whites and the blacks and whatnot.
Do you follow the rules there?
Yeah, we generally do. It's not that
So
hard.
you got a red out at ACU. You're wearing black to Houston. You're wearing white to Sam Houston. That's the Ag game, formerly known as the Celebrate Cotton game.
Mm-hmm.
It's also the Hall of Fame induction of Joe Flonnie and Louis Vasquez.
Among others.
Well, yes, but they'll be probably properly recognized there in the football game.
I think they're all recognized and have a little extra for those two. Yeah.
Divided red and white.
Oh, by section?
So this is the Raider Power game.
Okay.
Now this is half and half.
Is that?
I believe your side of the stadium's white.
Arizona State, is that homecoming?
That's Arizona State.
Yeah,
that's homecoming weekend.
Yeah, that's big.
Arizona red out.
Okay.
West Virginia stripe out. And that red out's on Halloween, so I would also assume the students are going to be wearing costumes.
Whatever.
You going to wear your Halloween costume to the game?
Yeah, probably not.
Heath Ledger Joker face paint again?
Yeah, probably not. But how much different is that if it's an 11 a.m. game versus a night game? Right? If it's a night game, is that a freak show?
I was trying to think of, 100%. I was trying to think of red costumes that people might want to wear, like the Kool-Aid Man or the Flash or something.
It's every Red Raiders' favorite podcast. This is the Tech Talk Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Welcome back, Double T 97.3. We had a question on the Yates Flooring Center chat line earlier. You can get on the Yates Flooring Center chat line via the apps brought to you by Happy State Bank on the website, doubletsportsnetwork.com. You can find the latest episode of Red Raider Recon tomorrow on YouTube, youtube.com/Double T Sports Network. The latest Ask Level already up. The question was, with the loaded football team and the loaded basketball team, who loses first? Now, I think to properly answer this, we need to go through the football schedule.
Oh, I see. So the question is an actual...
Chronologically.
Yeah, not like who loses earliest in their season.
No. This is date on the calendar.
Right.
Who loses first?
Yeah, I think it's basketball.
Well, let's go through the football schedule, and you just give me your first, maybe that one. Okay.
Football or basketball?
In football. So you go ACU, Oregon State, Houston, Sam Houston, Colorado.
Houston.
I think you're gonna. I think you're gonna beat Houston.
I think we'll play that game with edge and.
Arizona State, Cincinnati, Arizona.
I wonder if that Arizona game has a little bit of. I know it's easy to go, it's Halloween, we'll be charged up, but that game might be a little.
In games that Texas Tech at home under Joey McGuire has been a little too keyed up. You think of those two Baylor games.
Yes.
You think of some of these others. Now, that first year, everyone it's the last time Texas is coming. It's the last time Oklahoma's coming. You won both those games.
Right. Overtime winners.
Now, if you lose to Arizona, it would be football because that's before basketball even gets tipped off. West Virginia, Oklahoma State, Baylor, TCU. So West Virginia is November 7th.
I mean, I guess I have to stand by my football's going 12-0, Rob.
So West Virginia is November 7th. Illinois is November 10th. That's game 3.
I mean, I think it's basketball.
Okay, then you get through.
I think football I have picked football to have a goose egg in the loss column.
Yeah.
Through the.
I mean, saying it's basketball, I don't think is negative to the basketball team.
No. Yeah, the thought that they could lose a game against Illinois or Duke or.
Now, Illinois doesn't return the entire Balkan national team that they had last year.
Had a good club.
Some of those guys have moved on. Louisville spent heavy in the portal, just like you did. You played them on November 24th, which would be 2 days before your final game of the regular season. I think you're going to go 12-0. I think you're going to win a Big 12 championship. That's through December 5th. That's 13-0. To do that, you basically have to clear the non-conference all the way to Duke. So the question, I guess, in its purest form is, do you have more faith that Texas Tech basketball can go undefeated in the non-conference with Illinois, Louisville, potentially St. John's, and Duke? Do you have more faith that they can do that, or that Tech football can beat the whole Big 12? I have more faith in Tech football right now, just because I also think that Louisville and maybe Illinois and certainly Duke are better basketball teams than what the Big 12 football world is putting forward.
You got it.
So I would say the basketball team loses first. I do think they get through Illinois. But
God, we need to...
Louisville, St. John's, Duke.
Right, that's a lot. We started the show by talking about that Illinois game and the hoops roster, and that Illinois crowd needs to be charged. I doubt the Tech students are clamoring around our radio show on a regular basis on August 19th. But if you have any...
There was a pairing that was bringing in the youth, Gus.
That's true, it's us, yeah. If you were... if you have any pull with the 19-year-olds who are the kind of, well, should we go, not go, that sort of thing, like that Illinois game needs to be circled. I will say it this way. If you're a season ticket holder, then you're going, let's go to this, and I'm tired, and it's an 8 o'clock game, all that kind of stuff that we all sort of go through, circle that game. Yeah. Please go. Please give your tickets to someone. That's a Final Four team. You got a true Power Four home and home. We need to thank them, both teams, for scheduling a Power Four home and home.
Yeah.
And we need to reward them, and we need our Red Raiders to beat last year's Final Four team. And there's so many reasons for that to be a monster.
And encourage them to keep doing that.
Yes. Yeah. In fact, if you two want to do another home and home,
right, we
will celebrate it. We will probably sell out your arena in Champaign.
Which you did.
Because your fans will be more excited about Texas Tech coming there than Northern Iowa. And likewise, you'll come back here in 2 years and we'll probably deliver a similar crowd. Both teams leaving said environment going, that's the kind of game that'll get you better. Yeah. We got a taste of a real road crowd there. It's the kind of thing that you need in early November for all of the national basketball media types to go, man, that place was rocking on November 8th, and they have an undefeated football team. Like, that's what we need. That's why we need that basketball game. I mean, it's very important that I hammer on this in August, all right?
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you're lathered up to be there.
I have every intention of being there. I'm just encouraging everyone. Make it a priority.
If you were placing a bet today, Gus, on a national championship appearance, would you bet it on the football team or the basketball team?
Man, I'd probably take football for the simple reason that the path in basketball involves way more games, way more points of failure. But mercy, I'm not saying either one of them would be easy. But you're making this an A or a B conversation.
So see your way out of it. That's Tech Talk after this.
So we do it in the drive time on the 163rd Market. Let's go.
This has been the Tech Talk Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet97.3.com.